Okay, it's now going to be Friday. It's the top 5, the most important ones, the ones that you'll be lambasted for if people don't agree or something. Again, it's your list, so nobody really fucking cares if they agree or not.
No one's gonna care.
I can guess at least 2 of these, but let's see how it goes.
All right.
There is still the chance that we don't overlap on one of these, but I doubt it.
I kind of doubt it too, but it'll be fun to see where our numbers differ.
Yeah, that part I can guarantee. Like, some of the ones that are on my list are in very different spots than they are in yours.
Yes, which is fun.
Yeah.
It's the way to do it.
Number 5.
Number 5 is Spiral of Erebos, Gold Steel 3.
I'm almost clicked on 2.
I know. Literally 6 through 10 was all 2 music, and I realized it like after I made my list, and I was like, well, shit. Oh, well, it's fine.
I've committed this far. There you are, 414.
The rest of my list had a fair amount of balance.
For the sake of differentiation, because this is, of course, on my list,
Yep.
I will play the intro version of this on mine.
Oh, yeah. I forgot it did that.
I actually have that version on my list.
Really?
I kind of like it a little more than this one. It's,
Oh.
close as close can be.
God, I don't even remember what the intro one sounds like. I just listen to this all the time.
You'll be in for a treat then. And again, I love this one too. If this was in my same spot in the top 25, I wouldn't be put out by it.
Yeah.
But we'll do that one.
Yeah, I like that.
Heavy bass.
This is a great treadmill song for me. So good.
It just builds so well.
Mm-hmm.
But first, a sudden stop. I love how this section basically alternates between guitar and brass.
It's so good.
It's a cool choice. Alright, it's more like strings in this one.
Then it goes to brass in the next one.
Kind of like flip between them all,
Yeah.
You get a turn to lead. You get a turn to lead.
You get a turn. You get a turn.
This like 3 seconds is so cool.
So good.
But then
This would be fun on the drums too, I think, on like Rock Band or something. You just go nuts.
it's looped, even
And
though it's
now-
got a minute left.
It takes a little while to fade, but it's almost a shame that this final dungeon I mean, it's so good. And then you get to the end, and it's like, well, it's Rean and a couple of children. Let's go.
Somehow that didn't work.
I'm so shocked. But I mean,
Well,
the song is kick-ass. So
We needed different parts of our party to stare at different parts of their party. just stare.
just have a staring contest, you know.
So we'll just have Rean and 4 children and a half adult and a 3/4 adult, and we'll see how it goes. Poorly? Oh.
Poorly.
Oh.
Oh God, who could have foreseen this?
I don't think I really noticed at the time that Musei was not prominent in this art. So the back half of this soundtrack just has the Altina art that I really like too.
Yep.
This one is just son and daughter. We've got, I don't know what you would call, like the two of them in the background. You know, Michael, he's kind of like the dad, kind of, but Rean's the dad. So I don't know what Michael is. The grandfather, he complains a lot.
He's a grandpa. Oh,
Aurelia
yeah.
is too badass to be called a grandma. She's not the mom. That's
She's
Emma.
like the cool, like,
So I don't know what she is.
aunt or something.
So like they're back there, and then Musei is just chilling.
And Musei's
3,
chilling.
which is the art for this, just doesn't have a ton to do,
Mm-hmm.
but she does end up being important, as does Altina.
Yep.
How fun!
Funny how that works out.
Can't talk about Spell Verbals. It's on my list. It's
Oh,
fine.
I mean, I was gonna say if it's not on your list, I think I'll flip the table. But
yeah, you'd be
we don't-
surprised. A lot of people would flip the table.
I think a lot of
I
people
would
would.
flip the table.
You
Oh
would.
my
You'd be like,
God.
why?
Oh God!
This list is stupid. All right.
Number 4.
Number 4, Into the Abyss from Cold Steel 1.
That's track number 14, if I'm not mistaken. I am mistaken.
How can this be?
215? Am I there? Oh, I'm in 2. Well, that would explain a lot, wouldn't it?
I know I had a lot of songs from 2, Chris, but
220. There we go.
there
I
it
was
is.
like, wait a minute. Why is that song there? What a mysterious intro.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere it comes. Now we need to be quiet because we're going to fish in the underground dungeon. So this is the sneak up on the fish part.
Yes. Very stealth-like before we button mash them to death.
is right on the border of do I want it to loop or not.
Mm-hmm.
It's about the 3-minute mark.
Yep.
It's like, that's 6 minutes, but I like it.
But it's so good.
But
I recall it took me forever to find this song on the soundtrack. I think I heard it in the game, or maybe I heard it from you or something, but I didn't know what it was called, and I was like trying to find it on YouTube, and it took way too long.
I mean, occasionally I was just playing you tracks from different things, whether or not you'd even played them yet.
Mm-hmm.
I think I played a couple tracks from like Genshin before you'd played it. I think I played a couple of tracks from, God, what else comes to mind? 14 before you really, I mean, you'd played 14 a few years ago, but
yeah,
had fallen off before the content came out. Because sometimes I'm just like, yeah, this is too good. You don't have to have in-game context for it. You just
yep. And I
here's a good
think that
song.
was the case with this one, which is why it was such a pain to find later, because I was like, what is this called? But it's perfect, and I love
it's
it.
the old Schoolhouse theme. It's like, oh, you mean the other one? No, not that one.
Yeah, not that one. That one.
The other one.
The good one.
Damn. Number 3.
Number 3 is Awakening Will from Cold Steel 2.
I'm in 2 this time, correctly.
Hey.
It's on my list.
Oh, yeah. Of course.
I still love this like weird bass thing.
Yeah. It also gives me like the Final Choice vibes from Sky 3, I think.
Which is another good airship theme, but disqualified.
Mm-hmm. I would have had it because it played somewhere in Cold Steel, but alas.
You're kind of minding your own business, and all of a sudden,
Not even at my favorite part yet.
Goes.
I just love this track so much. It's got that good, it's got the like resolve and determination, but it also kind of sounds sad. Like, how far are you willing to go? And it's just so good. How far is Rean willing to go?
How far is the percussion willing to go?
How as far with that? I love that. Whatever that instrument is, I need I need to know what it is because it's amazing and I love that song. It's almost a shame because I think I remember hearing that song outside of the game first. So I was like, this has to play at some kick-ass moments. And some of the moments are maybe not quite as cool as the music sounds. Like, oh no, Elliot's sister kidnapped. Wah wah.
Yeah. Let's go save her.
Save her. Like, I don't mind those quests, but they're maybe not as like serious and epic as the song would lead you to believe. But the song is still freaking good, so like, who cares?
Yeah. Only 2 left.
Only 2 left. We can start doing drum rolls. Yes, thank you. Number 2 is Phantasmal Blaze Cold Steel 2.
A Cold Steel 2 song?
A Cold Steel 2 song. 5 minutes, y'all. Get strapped in. It's going to be a while.
Yeah.
I'm sure this is on your list somewhere.
It is.
Okay. Man, I was going to flip the table, though, if you were like, no, actually. It's going to be like, what?
Heated Mind starts playing. I'm like, oh. This whole breakdown, or whatever you want to call this section, is super interesting to me.
It's so good.
And weirdly enough, after our favorite do-do-do-do, this might be my favorite part of the track, as fun as the Heimdall drop is.
This part's really good. It's so cool sounding. Sad violin, it's back.
Of course. And there's the loop.
There it is. Almost 5 minutes in.
440.
Yep.
We already mentioned Final Dungeon themes.
Super good. I do remember us playing through 2, and then at one point you had me listen to this outside of the game, even though we weren't there yet, just because it was so good. And like throughout, like the song is playing, I'm like, oh, that part's cool, and you're like, just wait, and then the Heimdall drop, and I was like,
individually, there's several parts of that I'm like, that's one of the best songs in the soundtrack. It's all combined into one, and then it hits you with Heimdall just as this last beacon of hope. And does that mean your number one is Blue Destination?
Yes, it is. You called it.
How did I know?
It's almost like you know me or something.
I don't see any reason to. There's no more foreplay. Just.
I mean, there's no need for a drum roll. Oh, I keep meaning to say, Cold Steel 2 is the best soundtrack artwork.
I have my own opinions.
Oh, do you now?
Stay tuned.
Ooh.
But first, give me that bass. Just the one. Just to give you a taste. And then one more. It's like, oh, okay. It's kind of there. It's like, no, how about every, like, 4 on the floor? How about that? I like the first couple minutes, but this is where we really...
This is where the song shines.
goes.
There's the loop.
There's just enough time to get back into the beat a little bit as it fades.
Yep.
Like, oh yeah, you want a reminder? Okay. Oh, bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
I adore this track so much, and it plays in pivotal parts of Cold Steel 2 that, if anybody read my blog about favorite moments, the escape from Pantagruel is my favorite part of the whole first two, like, duology games. And I don't even know what to say about this song. It's just so good. It's got the crescendo, it's got the driving beat, but it's also got the sad violin that I love. Like, it ticks all the boxes on top of just playing at some excellent moments in the game with good character writing, good story. It's just so freaking good.
In headphones, you can even hear this playful-ish sounding synth in that main part of the, again, chorus, as it were, the main part of that, of Blue Destination, and that sounds really neat. You couldn't really hear it that well off speaker or on speakers, but
yeah,
it's there.
All these songs are so good on headphones.
It plays at some of the most important, and this just goes to showcase, like, you can have a run-of-the-mill boss theme for your standard encounters, but you really want to put some time and effort into the stuff that matters. And it's not like Trails is the only franchise that's done that. You know, Final Fantasy has more than its share of really important boss themes, whether they're final boss battles or not. Yeah. But this is one that certainly stands out from the pack. It's actually right after Phantasmal Blazing the soundtrack, which is what I thought was funny, because there they are, sitting next to each other.
They're right next to each other. Yeah.
Both of those are on my list. One of them is in the top 5. One of them is not in the top 10.
Really?
How's that for a teaser for next week?
That is such a tease. I kind of hate it. Why would you do this to me?
Well, it's going to be worse for the fans than you. We're going to record my list tomorrow, even though it's not going to air until the following week, so you won't have to wait long, but they're going to have to wait over the weekend, and then I guess technically till next Wednesday to get the one that's in the top 15, and Friday to get the one that's in the top 5.
Wow. Okay.
So take pity on them.
Maybe your list will piss more people off than mine.
Maybe.
Who can say? Or although maybe my list is pissing people off as we speak. I guess I have no way of knowing.
I have a few tracks that are higher than most people would, but I think that was probably true of yours as well.
Yeah.
Personal preference and all that. And we'll see what the combined list looks like. You'll have to email me yours, and I'll work on the combined one.
I'll go ahead and just share it right now.
I know
do you
what
want
my
it
list
to
is.
Well, wait. If
I don't
share
care
it,
how you do it.
Okay.
So that is the end of Michaela's list, right at the 2-hour mark of the recording. And the Friday video, of course, is split up differently. But when we're all done, I'll paste both of our lists just in one place so you can see them, so you can see how they're all ranked. I can't really do it in this video because it'll spoil 1 through 5 then, and people will be like, why did you do that? So maybe I'll put it behind a spoiler tag or something. But
yeah,
we'll have the full list there. We'll do the combined one and see what the end result is. Now that I know your list, and I, of course, know mine, I can tell you that a couple of them are going to have really strong high showings, and a couple of songs that were decently high on your list may not turn out as well as you hoped. I can also tell you 3 of my top 10 were not on your list.
Really? Wow.
So that's
I'm
interesting,
intrigued.
Huh?
I'm so curious now, and I have to wait until tomorrow to record this.
I know.
Damn it!
Because it's like 10:40 already.
I know.
We can't play music that loud until
I kind of wish we could, but we have. Yeah,
there's other people and stuff, so
can't do it.
That is her list. Let us know in the comments what you think. Be generous with your comments. You don't have to agree, and you can always wait.
I don't expect you to agree.
Yeah, everybody's got their own picks. There are some things that are not on her list where I'm like, wow, I can't believe you didn't have that, and she actually wouldn't have had, what was it, Atrocious Raid, if I hadn't reminded you about it.
Oh, no, it was Transcend Beat. That was the one.
Beat, yeah.
Atrocious
Raid, of course you
had,
yeah.
Yep.
That's like one of your
I had forgotten Transcend Beat, and then you reminded me.
We happened to bring it up in a conversation a couple weeks ago. She was like, I think that's on my list, and she looked, and it wasn't. Might be one of those. I mean, I can't say that any of yours ticked that box for me, but it's possible I missed something. And a couple of yours were very close.
Yeah.
I can actually tell you when the time comes what my last couple out were. Maybe I'll go down the whole list real quick. Who knows?
That'd be fun. I also wonder, as we go through your list, if I'm going to find some that I forgot, too. It's entirely possible that I forgot. I mean, I thought I was pretty thorough. I know I had to make some cuts for songs that I probably would have otherwise had. But other than that...
There's one I'm a little surprised wasn't on your list, and that's about it.
God, I'm curious to hear what that one is. It's probably something like really obvious, and it's going to make me mad.
I'm kind of surprised. I thought you would fit Ruhr in.
I tried.
Even if it was low.
It was on my list originally, and I did cut it, but it was there. Ruhr was there on my list.
It's on my next
originally.
25. It wasn't all that close to making the cut, but it was on my list.
I was like, well,
point.
if I have to choose between Heimdall and Legram and Ruhr, it's just like shit. I like all these.
The other one I won't talk about because it's on my list.
Okay.
So there's enough teasing.
That makes
I don't know.
me mad.
Yeah, you can only get so much teasing before you get blue balls, so I guess we should leave it there. But thank you for watching. That's Michaela's list. Next week, we'll go through Monday through Friday and do my top 25, and then we'll probably combine them for one last video or something and talk about honorable mentions and maybe even go through some of your guys' comments if you've left a bunch by then. So comment down below, like, subscribe, bell, all that nonsense. You've been on YouTube enough. You know what the fuck is up. And we'll see you next week for my list.